Hi everybody, I'm Doc Shocker. Welcome to Deathstate, a Lovecraftian roguelike, I guess would be the best way to kind of identify it. As you can see, I've got a save file already lined up for this. I've been playing the game for quite a while, but I see it's been recently updated on Steam, and I figured it would be a fun game to revisit. Let's see, we've got several other players, all with different special abilities. We're basically, I think we're supposed to be at Miskatonic University, which for those who are in the know with the Lovecraft, is a fairly prominent, the Miskatonic River Valley, things like that are pretty prominent in his writings. But basically we travel into the Dreamlands and fight all kinds of gnarly baddies. Your controls are... well, basically, your control scheme is you control your movement but not your shots with your normal WASD, and then your arrow keys, a la Isaac, give you kind of a dodging mechanic. Floors are typically timed, so, or there is an invisible timer running. If you start running long per level, a creeping doom, if you will, begins to trace you, or chase you, track you, however you'd like to phrase it, as you progress through. The initial levels are fairly simple, but as you can see, there's some bullet helly mechanics kind of at work, where you're kind of required to dodge enemies that charge you down, fire bullets, etc., etc. Whoa. It's kind of a... woo. Sorry, I took a little moment of concentration there. But typically, as you will see, there's, you know, the bullet hell is certainly a thing, along with all of these procedurally generated events, a la this skull here. If I wanted to desecrate the run, I would increase the difficulty, have to fight champion-style enemies, but champions do offer up benefit in the way of drops, which, as you'll hopefully see, if I can find hopefully a freebie here somewhere in the either a book or a weapon, which would there we go. Okay, so we've got a champion enemy right there. Let's just get hit. Numerous times. But what you would see in tier effects, you would get from either books, weapons, things of that nature in Deathstate. Let's see if we can... Okay, so we got an organ, it appears. Unknown organ. We got the Twin Heart. Gives us 2 max HP. And another benefit that I didn't quite catch. But that's alright. Got a gold chest, which is usually good for another pickup. Got the Jeweled Emblem, which is an active. You can see down on our lower left-hand side of the screen. We have our character's special ability, which runs off of magic, which is an explosion-style attack. Sorry, moment of concentration there. Yeah, you're probably gonna see some lapses in commentary here, unfortunately. But if we can kind of dole out the damage to this guy, he'll also drop something either as an organ or an unknown relic, which will replace our other one. Not sure what it will do, but we'll find out together, which that'll be on our E key. We also have potions that we can pick up, which would be similar to pills from Binding of Isaac. as until you kind of take them, you don't really know what their effect is going to be. I think we'll get the heck out of Dodge here and head on to our next level. As you can see, with every level, you typically see new enemies, which will require new strategies, or at least a little more cognitive awareness. Let's get up, grab that. Let's see, I can't remember if this has anything. Yes, Rite of Sanctification. The Master's Seal has been weakened. I have no idea what that does. So the game was recently updated, so there are a lot of things about this game I don't really savvy too well, except for the fact that more so than anything else, I'm pretty poor at the game. But possibly under the forced circumstances of maybe playing this on a semi-regular basis for YouTube, might correct that, but we'll have to wait and see. Ooh, let's not take all of the damage. Let's pepper in a magic attack. Alright, there's a book, and that's where we're going to direct ourselves. As books are, as I said, usually your most straightforward combat upgrades. They can give you various damage types. Cytherean's Expanded Midnight Anchor. So we can fire at 2 extra foes now, which we'll see here in just a moment as our own personal bullet hell can be afflicted upon our enemies. And then every 4th level or so, we end up with a boss fight. I'm gonna continue on here. Another treasure chest, which means potentially another organ or a relic. What's this gonna do? Become invulnerable for 3 seconds, or whatever this thing does, which I'm not even sure we've used yet, so maybe we'll use this when we find ourselves in a... Whoa! Oh, it's a teleport. Okay. I'm not sure if that was exactly what I wanted, but it seems like we've weathered the storm okay. Alright, champion. That's... Yeah, they're not particularly common unless you trigger an event that produces a number of them, but fire rate bonus, +1 health. So from a health standpoint, we're actually in a very good position. I think in all the time that I've played this game, I don't think I've ever had more than 5, maybe 6 health. So, and to have more than that in the first floor, I think we're in a decent shape. But again, like I said, this game was updated recently, so there might very well be a tweak involved. Another style of champion enemy. Alright, so looks like we found an axe, which typically these will replace. Nope, did not replace. Looks like we can have up to 2 weapons now, which the axe, well, true to form, I guess, fires axes. So I think that's a good enough position to coax us into the next level, which I believe should be our boss fight. Normally, it's they're just a bigger enemy, uniques, or unique in form. Fighting Shar Sahal, the arch undead, and we're carving through them pretty well with our current setup. So I'll absolutely be happy with that. Alright, so we've got the Tangled Heart, which is more hit points. We have found the Vembrax Lung, which is 10% damage, plus 10% fire damage. We do have a potion we'll take. Okay, it makes me lightheaded. Yeah, so it's just a dizzy potion. And then we'll, oh, didn't clear the room. We'll move on to our next area. The Ozian Swamp. You can see some new enemies, some old favorites, less skeletons, more fungi. We're still dizzy, which is kind of playing hell with my orientation a little bit. But looks like we again weathered the storm and we're moving on. There's our champion, which is I'm entirely cool with. Wow. He went down actually quite quickly, 1 max HP and some mana regen. I'm genuinely shocked at the amount of health that we have been receiving. It's pretty outstanding. But then again, that might have something to do with the last game update. Can't say I'm actually the best at keeping track of change logs and the like. We have a friendly vendor selling potions, not too interested. Let's move on. Get this area cleared, and then we'll take our portal into the next area. Not a whole lot of reason to hang around. Alright. And then looks like our new enemy for this, for lack of better terms, I would pretty much call them Hounds of Tyndalos. Again, a Lovecraftian reference, a creature from the beginning of time that can travel through geometry, basically. Anywhere where there's a corner, it can leverage its way into our reality. Ooh, let's not take that damage. Let's see, already at our portal, so we're in upper right side. So we'll, I think we can afford ourselves a little time to have a look around. Maybe get ourselves a champion. Get ourselves in some, not so much a health situation, but anything that's going to continue to spike our damage is going to be a good thing. Not that we are in any way in bad shape. We're actually doing quite phenomenally as far as our drops are concerned. That half heart. Anything worth mentioning down this way? Certainly kind of a cavernous affair. Alright, I heard our champion, so let's try and get down to him. See if we can't be done with him. There we are. Ooh. Alright, so we've got a tooth. Max magic points, plus 20. Not that we're really burning through the magic too much. New potion. And I think that's going to be a good spot to hop off for this level. We'll head a little deeper. We have passed on to Lair 7. Got ourselves a champion Hound of Tindalos, which we dealt with quite... let's see, Bilious Slime Bag, movement speed, rate of fire up, damage down, health down. Probably not the ideal, but not the end of the world. Ooh. It's getting a bit congested there. Alright, looks like we've got a shop here. We're just playing a gamble, and not a very good one at that. Not that I was really expecting anything super great. Typically, it's been my experience, shops really aren't that good. But, okay, so these blue ones are a bit of a pain. But, hey, it looks like 0.4 damage up, movement speed down, so it's probably a wash over the last mysterious organ we picked up. Actually, I think, yeah, we do have a character menu I actually completely forgot about because I don't typically acknowledge this stuff, so we can actually have a look at what our stuff happens to be. We got Saint Wisdom, it's head slot, and then we've got all of our organs and our lower organs, and I don't know if we get arms and legs in the whole bit, but yeah, there's that, I guess. Doesn't really give us, you know, metrics as to what our damage was. At least I didn't see, but let's see, what's this gonna do? Icy Trident, plus damage, slowing bullets. That would be replacing our... looks like it's doing more damage than our axe, but maybe the hitboxes aren't quite as large. I don't know. There's our portal, though, so I'll be taking that to fight our next boss here in a moment. Perfect world scenario, I would probably be trying to farm up some health, but I don't think that's really going to be in the cards for us, weighing the options, you know. So I guess we'll head on to Lair 8. We are fighting Dagon, Prince of the Antediluvian Sea. Looks as though he may be a bit beefier than our last boss, but I'm not entirely worried about it. Because when he is up and vulnerable, it does appear we're not doing awful against him. Can't remember if Dagon has a charge attack, so I'm kind of weary to get 2 in his face. Just enough to stay within range. Yep, there it was. But he's in the red zone of his health, so I mean that in and of itself is not terrible. Just gotta keep laying in the damage, and I think we'll be golden here. Ooh. All right. So it looks like we have an eye. An unidentified potion. We'll take the one we've got. I think the hot-blooded is a movement speed up. Our magenta eye, 10% rate of fire, which is always welcome. And we'll move on. We are now in the Maze of Ix. Alright. Whoa. Strange geometries. Alright, golden chest. That's going to be good stuff for us, hopefully. We have the cubic mystery box. Labyrinthian function, unclear, 15 magic points. Ooh. Really don't want to be any part of that kind of stuff. I'd say so far I am not a huge fan of the Maze of Ix. And I honestly have zero memory of ever playing in here, although on my map it appears that I have unlocked this region. Didn't appear as though the Lamarck configuration did anything for us, but we'll probably end up tagging this. Take us out a wizard, and hopefully reap some good benefit from it. If not to die first if we continue to get hit by that. He can die anytime now. Anytime now. I think we got him. Did we get him? Did he drop anything? It doesn't even appear he dropped anything, and I was crushed. Okay, well that was certainly a very strange kind of confrontation. Let's see, we'll continue up. We found ourselves the Germelke mask and Mephistanen's Lesser Infernum. Okay, good stuff. Anyway, this is our look at Deathstate. Yes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to press the like button down below. If you have any comments, questions, or critiques for me, you can leave those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. This has been Deathstate. I'm Doc Shocker. You've been great. Happy gaming.